Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Jammed, and today we're diving into something that is super important but often overlooked, and that's controlling what you can control. If you're anything like me, you've probably found yourself stressing over things that are totally out of your hands, totally out of your control. Maybe it's worrying about the economy, other people's actions, the news headlines, the way people are treating you. It's exhausting, right? But here's the thing. Stressing about things you can't control is not only draining, but it's completely unproductive. So today I want to share with you why it's so vital to focus on what you can control and give you some tips to help you do just that. Because when you learn to control your own responses, your mindset, your actions, life gets a little easier, a little bit clearer, and a lot less jammed. Enjoy the show. First, let's take a look at why this happens. We live in a world that's overloaded with information, uncertainty, and when things start to feel unpredictable, our brains, they naturally want to regain control. That's part of the survival instinct. That's part of human nature. But the problem with that is we often mistake wanting to control things for actually being able to control them. You can't control other people's actions. You can't control the weather. You can't control global events, no matter how much you obsess over them. And when you try, that's where you get jammed. You get jammed with anxiety, frustration, and sometimes even anger or any other unhealthy habits. But here's the good news. There's a lot of things that you can control, and that's where your energy and focus need to go. Here are some of them. You can control your thoughts and your mindset, your actions and your habits, how you respond to situations, your self-care and health routines, your environment and how you set yourself up for success. Focus on these isn't about ignoring reality. It's about channeling your energy where it actually makes a difference. So you might ask yourself, how do I actually do this? Here are some strategies that I've found helpful. Number 1, practice mindfulness and awareness. The first step is to notice when you're stressing over something that's out of your control. Sometimes it's automatic. The news story hits, or a difficult conversation happens, and your mind goes into overdrive. Try this. Pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is this something I can change or influence right now, right this minute? If the answer is no, then remind yourself to let it go and come back to the present moment. Number 2, focus on your circle of influence. Now, I read a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That's by Stephen Covey. And he talks about your circle of influence. Now, the circle of influence is the things you have direct control over versus your circle of concern, the things you worry about but can't control. Visualize these two circles. Each time your mind drifts into the worries outside of your influence, consciously bring it back to your circle. Focus on what you can do, like sending an email, practicing a skill, reaching out for support, or simply just taking care of your body. Number 3, set clear, small goals. When you feel overwhelmed by big, uncontrollable stuff, break things down. Set small, actionable goals that you know you can achieve. This keeps your momentum going and gives you a sense of accomplishment, and that's important. For example, say you're feeling overwhelmed about the uncertainty about your career or your job. Instead of stressing about the big picture, like, what if I lose my job? What if the economy tanks? Break it down into small, manageable steps. A clear, small goal might be, today I'm going to update my resume and reach out to one of the professional contacts that I have for advice. This action is within your control, and it helps you move forward during uncertain times. Number 2, maybe you're anxious about your health and fitness, but the idea of overhauling your whole lifestyle, it can feel daunting and feel really discouraging. Rather than trying to make a massive change all at once, set simple goals. Like this week, I'm going to walk 15 minutes every day. Or this week, I'm going to work out for 30 minutes every day. Small, consistent actions like these, they help you build momentum and confidence, and it helps you regain a sense of control over your well-being. Number 4, and this was a good one. This is one I actually had to use a lot in my life. Limit your exposure to your stress triggers. This one might feel obvious, but it's surprisingly powerful. Sometimes the best way to stop stressing over uncontrollable things is to limit your exposure to them. That might mean turning off the news for a few hours or days at a time, or unfollowing certain social media accounts that make you anxious or make you upset. Or it could be setting boundaries with people who feed you stress or bring stress to your life. Protect your mental space. It's the most valuable resource you have. Number 5, develop a gratitude practice. Now, we talk about gratitude a lot on this show, but focusing on what you can control means appreciating what's actually going well. Gratitude, it shifts your mindset. It shifts it away from worry at a high degree. Each day, take a moment to write down or reflect on 3 things you're grateful for. It could be things you did, moments you experienced, or even your own strengths. This simple habit, it rewires your brain to look for positive, reducing the stress about the unknown. Now, as we wrap things up, stressing over things you can't control is like you trying to steer a ship in a storm when you're not even the captain. Instead, focus on your own will. Focus on your mindset, your actions, your environment. Practice mindfulness. Know your circle of influence. Set small goals. Limit those stress triggers. And practice gratitude. These tools will help you stay grounded and keep your energy where it counts. Remember, you can't control everything, but you can control how you deal with everything. So with that being said, control what you can control. If not, you may be jammed. Thanks for listening.